not miss Leogryph's many marvels.
Forgive the intrusion, Your Grace. I am Sergeant Brom, Melsenshire Command. I have been sent to fetch you. Your presence has been requested by the Scholia Arcana. They mean to speak with you immediately. I know what you did. We all do. And we're grateful. So many dead. This truly is an honor. They said it was urgent. I didn't want to bother you, but... well, I've got my orders. Mages always have their reasons. I'm just the messenger. The old Fate Weaver? He's not in the city. He's been sent elsewhere on a mission. I don't know anything beyond that, but I have a feeling the Scholia Arcana will. Not my place to say, Your Grace. You'll have to take it up with the Viator. Come along.
Good evening.
Oh, goodness. There's no consoling her. My lady's beside herself. Here, in House Anwan. She spends most of her time by poor young Malian's sickbed.
Good evening.
It's not far to the Scholia Arcana grounds. Good evening.
So, all the stories are true. I didn't dare believe it. You have done all of Amalur a great service, Faithless One, and I wish my coming here was under different circumstances. But the reality is that we face a new threat, one born of our recent victories. I am Ambith, a fellow Fate Weaver and citizen of Amalur. One who, I might add, is in your debt. It's that very attitude, that very disregard for nature, that has put us in this position, Faithless One. The gnome must have forgotten your humility when he dragged you back into this world. I am Lord Ambith, leader of the Order of Fate Weavers. I have watched you from a distance with both dread and fascination. Tragically, your greatest feats, the defeat of Tirnoch and the restoration of Melsenshire, have come at great cost. After taking so much damage, the tapestry of fate itself has begun to unravel. And now the whole of Amalur threatens to come undone. That is why I have summoned you. The Order has heard disturbing reports from the west, from the region of Mithros. Niskaru sightings. The gathering of a secret brotherhood. There is even talk of a new god rising. As if we needed another one. Your ability to control the threads of fate has begun a process that will end in destruction. Unless it is reversed. The Fate Weaver, Agarth Ulfric, was sent ahead to gather information, but he will need your help. You must go to Mithros. You must learn the truth, and you must save us all from a fate worse than death. That remains unclear, but the rumors are troubling. The name Telogris has been whispered in more than one instance. Telogris, god of chaos. Surely this is a mistake, but we must learn all we can. The old warrior has a long history with the mountain dwellers. They trust him. Most importantly, he was once an ally of the master weaponsmith Scald Atlas. She will be crucial to your mission. Yes, we did not believe it possible. Sadly, many things that were believed to be impossible have come to pass. There is not much time. If only that were true. We must proceed regardless. The cliff pass into Mithros has only recently reopened, and you will need to secure a permit to enter. Secrecy will be to your advantage, which is why we advise you not to reveal your true identity. Try not to attract attention, for once. Follow the settlers west, and learn what you can about the forces gathering there. Find Agarth if you can. It is true, I cannot see your fate, but I choose to place my faith in people, not in their destined paths. May you make good choices. Not all Fate Weavers align themselves with the Order, and those in service of our enemies will know what we plan to do. You will be expected. Anonymity may be your greatest weapon. Mithros is a dangerous territory, plagued by bandits and rock slides. The Alpha army has tried to staunch the flow of refugees by requiring permission to enter. Those who cross into the mountains do so at their own peril. Perhaps this is your chance to prove me wrong. Goodbye.
Amalur is always changing, and as every ballad ends, another one begins. A new thread in the tapestry of fate. This is one such story. It is the story of a young apprentice, his doting master, and a god who sought to reforge our world in chaos. In the snows of Mithros, a hero will be all that stands between order and ruin. For sometimes, fate is a burden, from which you are freed, or to which you are sworn. And sometimes, not even fate can keep the monsters at bay.
Good evening.
Welcome.
It's a nightmare, it is.
Curios, talismans, items of power.
None of a rot.
Hey, no, can't be. I stand in the presence of greatness. If only my friends could see this. You're famous. They're making dolls of you. Did you know that? For the kiddies, I mean. Well, I have a few, just for me. Not in a strange way or anything. Ah, the call of the West. Cold out there. You'll want to pack something warm. I've thought about going west myself. I hear it's a new frontier out there. Open land. Nobody telling you what to do, whom to fight. Most of us could use a fresh start after all this fighting. I'd love to see the mountains. Maybe search for the lost city of Crownhold. Well, here you go. 1 Mithros permit. Now don't go selling that on the black market. Honestly, don't. I'll get sacked. Be good.
The burns for army use, not civilian.
Pleasant evening.
If I have to live for the rest of my life without him knowing, well then I'll deal with that. I think there's something to be said for it. I think it's noble. Yeah, I could tell someone, but that's just asking for praise. What makes it an act of kindness is that nobody knows, or at least that he doesn't know. I let him have the glory. No one has to know his arrow missed. He saved the town. He's a hero.
Do you have a permit?
Hello, Private Sterling. Alpha Army, Mountain Brigade. State your business. Well, you've come to the right place. Do you have the proper paperwork? Ah, that's it. Thank you very much. Let's take a look. Everything seems to be in order. You certainly pack light for a settler. Not like the rest of these poor souls. You'll be fine so long as you have a weapon. One last thing. I'll need a name for the border records. Refugees, migrants, settlers. We've got a mix of everything. But they've all got one thing in common. Hope. I hear a lot, and folks are saying there's opportunity for a new start in Mithros. Somewhere out in those mountains. I might even head out west when I'm done with my service. Start over. Where do I start? First of all, you've got plenty of wild beasties lurking in the cliffs. Wolves, cliff barghests, you name it. And we've seen a noticeable rise in Escaru sightings, if you can believe that. Maybe it's everything going on out east, or something new, but you can't take a stroll without stumbling over a chaos monster. Hilarious. We'll see how long that sense of humor lasts in Mithros. Bye.
Get him live.
What's your permit? Hope I didn't disturb you. I can't help but sing to keep my spirits up. You can call me Colette. Maybe you've heard of me? Not likely. My voice hasn't been heard outside of Issa, though I'm working to change that. Every artist needs her signature sound and style. It took me ages to discover mine, but I think it'll capture the heart of the public. Mithara and folk music, with traditional sounds of the Mithros region. Once I gather an ensemble, I'll be ready to plan a tour. Yes, it's always been a dream of mine to form an elite group of musicians and perform on the great stages of Armalor. This will be the first step toward that goal, a short tour of these beautiful mountains with other artists by my side. Sadly, I'm currently a solo act, and I would need performers to join me. Not everyone finds solace in the same ways. However, life is good.
Lay atop the woodpile, grey as a day-old fish. and old Harlan set her ablaze, the last echo of our leaving. Said farewell, kissed the earth, the last echo of our leaving. Hello there.
Hey, stranger.
don't bother me. I'm waiting for a passenger, some suicidal idiot. Can't be caught chatting. I want to make a good impression. Well, tie me up and drag me under. So you're the one the Navy's hooked into finding Gallows End and killing dead Kel. It's suicide. Really? Ask the others. Oh, wait. You can't. But don't worry about them. Like my mother said, don't weep for the fallen. Even if they could hear you, they wouldn't care. You know, the other applicants. Dead. All of them. All of the ones they found, that is. Plenty of others just vanished. One poor fellow was found cut into teeny tiny pieces. They needed a bucket to pull all of him from the surf. But don't you worry, we'll have a fine voyage. He's the worst of the worst. A villain who truly enjoys the pain he inflicts. He's a slippery one, though. Not even death can catch dead Kel. I'd love to be the one to bring him in. Maybe then I'd finally get some respect. It is the mysterious island fortress of dead Kel and his crew. Why? Do you know how to get there? Because I have no idea. I was hoping to figure it out as we go, but I'm starting to wonder if that's a good idea. Ah, but am I? Nothing in sailing is within our control. Not the weather, not the waves, not the ship. Like Mother said, most of the time trying is a bad idea. Tari and I are ready when you are. Only what you want with you in case of an emergency. There aren't many merchants where we're headed. Seeing as I don't believe in navigation, I'd have to say no. Not at the moment. Not to worry. Once you've wrecked enough ships, you get the hang of it. He's the fine first mate on the ground next to me. Words aren't his strength, although I'd be pressed to say what is exactly. I found him after I was forced to maroon my last first mate on a desert island. That man became obsessed with me, probably because we had sex. A lot. If you're ready to depart, my vessel awaits. You'll find her both swift and seaworthy. Just don't go down into the hold. There's a leak down there. It's big. I'm predicting an uneventful voyage. We might even get bored. Off we go then. Trust no one, except me, of course.
Hear the tale of the Pirate King, who cut a blood-red wake from dark Rathir to frustrate sea, and dead Kel was his name. With hangman crew and bow-white flag, he sailed from Gallows End. No solace for a sailor true when dead Kel's ship came in.
Wow! I did not foresee such a horrendous disaster. Too bad. Are you well? Everything in its right place? Most of the others were killed. It wasn't quick. I heard their cries in the fog, but I couldn't do a thing. Dead cow. One moment there was nothing but open sea before us, and the next there he was. It didn't take much to sink the Calamity. That poor ship was asking for mercy, and Dead Cow granted her wish. Welcome to Gallows End, my friend. At least I think that's where we ended up. I hope you like surprises. No one is sorrier than I am. Those men and women were my family. Travelling as I do, there aren't many opportunities for closeness. I found that on the Calamity. Found it and lost it. Good thing Tari is still with me. Well, mostly. Not sure exactly, but he's bleeding like a gutted fish. We're going to need to reach shore if we want to fetch help. We'll have to come back for him. I wish there was another way. Gone, Lyria, bless her. Like Mother always said, never love anything, because all things end up dead. A wise woman, my mother. And very, very sad. The hull drifted off into an eastern cove, where it sank away completely. Only bubbles remain. Without a ship, I no longer possess any authority, so I defer to you. There is a flooded cavern down the beach. It may lead us to shore, although it appears to be blocked. I could try kobold explosives. I keep a few in my pack, but I can't be certain of the outcome. To be honest, I don't even know if they work. Are we there yet? Time to see whether or not these explosives are worth the price I paid for them. Get back! jellyfish. I'm out of explosives. And we're so close. I can hear the waves on the sand. One of us is going to need to find some way to get us through this wall. And by someone, I mean you. You see, I don't swim. Or did I fail to mention that? Anything that can get us through this wall. Be creative. I'd help you, but I can't swim. Let's go! sunlight at last. Now that's teamwork. Amazing! We survived! I didn't want to say anything in the cavern, but I was betting against us. In the words of my dear departed mother, always prepare for the worst, for it'll probably happen. There looks to be a settlement on the beach. Come, let's see who's at home. That village looks inviting. What with its starving inhabitants and looming gallows, perhaps someone there can help us. All right then.
Akara blesses us with another lost soul. Welcome, stranger. I am Alder Malloy, and you've arrived at Cape Solace just in time. Tell me, how have you come to find yourself upon our shore? It is a village established by those of us whose fates have brought us to Gallows End. Sailors and settlers, foreigners and families, but castaways all. We have made a life here on these beaches and in this village. Akara is the reason I am here, the reason all of us on this island are here. And maybe, my friend, it's why you are here as well. Akara is this island and everything upon it. Ah, so you're here for the oppressor, he who was cast down. You're not the first to arrive on these shores in search of him. You will not be the last. But Akara's magic protects us here in Cape Solace. We are safe from Dead Kell's deathless touch. The same cannot be said for those who venture past the boundaries of the village, near the keep and the surrounding forest. Why, it is the great fortress that looms in the north. Grave Hall, as it was named by the Dverga craftsmen who raised its mighty walls. But the Dverga have long since abandoned the island, leaving their great keep empty. Some in the village, like Paddy, are intrigued by the keep's dark courts and corridors, but I would avoid it. Grave Hall is haunted. Dead Kell was the favourite son of Akara. He was given great gifts from our protector, only to squander them in the pursuit of power. We are blessed not to fear him. So many others live at his mercy, but not those of us here on the safety of the beaches. Akara protects the faithful. The villain Dead Kell rules much of this island, and he strives tirelessly to control every last inch. Akara will not let this happen. We are protected in this spot alone, just south of the river and along the coast. The Fallen One has no power here, and it enrages him. Dead Kell was the favourite son of Akara. He was given great gifts from our protector, only to squander them in the pursuit of power. We are blessed not to fear him. So many others live at his mercy, but not those of us here on the safety of the beaches. Akara protects the faithful. Then you will fit in well, for keeping the village strong is truly a group undertaking. We get by with Akara's blessing and providence, of course. You may stay with us for as long as you wish, but might I suggest that you find a way to make yourself useful? We all must do our part. He and his hanged men are not welcome near our village. Akara has made it so. The fallen sun stalks the forest and coasts of Gallows End, but he is a prisoner here as much as anyone. One day, Akara will rid us of him once and for all. I prefer the rolling tides of the Frostbreak to any grassy plain or hillside. I have lived a life adrift, seeing the world and meeting interesting people.
What do you think? I don't know about you, but all of this talk about Akara is unsettling. I'm going to ask around about ways to get off the island, since I'm almost certain we're not going to want to stay. We'll have to secure another vessel, but from the looks of the village they don't often venture past the reef. In the meantime, I'll ask you to scour the beaches for survivors of our wreck. I fear that we may be all that's left of the calamity. Such a possibility has left me agitated. I try not to worry. Anxiety doesn't agree with me. I throw up. I did not see my bosun Thora among the dead, or his wife Asa. There's a chance they have evaded death's grip and still count among the living. Mark my words, if even one of them survives, I will fight to the earth's edge to find them. That's the spirit. I knew taking you on board was the right idea. That fortune teller didn't know what she was talking about. I will stay here and speak to Alder about a boat, and I'll have them send men to fetch Tari from the sandbar. I'll have dead Kel's head if it's the last thing I do. What was left of the ship drifted towards a cove past the eastern cliffs. I'd search there first, and I'd hurry. Don't let your guard down.
So, I'm not the only one who walked out of that mess. I figured you for a sturdy one, but surviving that wreck, that's fate. We shouldn't waste a moment. My wife, my Asa, she still lives, but they took her. I've never seen anything like it. Scavengers. They looked like fair Gorta, but not like any I've ever seen. No, it was just us. Asmir, Kelly, Free, Edric, Udin. They're all gone. All dead. They were good people. Proud. Not the bedraggled bunch many mistook them for. It's a shame. Thank you. I won't forget this, truly. I will make way inland. If there are others on this island, I will find them, and I will send them. My heart goes with you. Get her back!
Sailor, are you? Sailors pitch when they walk dry ground, list like drunkards at a wake. No, you're not one of them. So who are you? My name is Nina Malloy. You met my father Alder back in the village. He wouldn't be pleased to find me here. Of course, very little pleases my father. I've walked this island since I was no bigger than a boggart, but I'm still prohibited from venturing past the village on my own. I can take care of myself. I did. I don't know you, so I don't trust you. You're a stranger here like all the others that wash up on our beaches. You're better off having drowned. Don't be fooled by my father's elation. His devotion to Akara has blinded him, and it's weakened us all. We're prisoners on Gallows End by choice. Every time we make the offering, we surrender what little freedom we still possess. We sacrifice one of our own people to Akara, a being none of us have ever seen, and one that's desires are not known to us. Is the offering bad? Yes. It takes place once in a generation. A member of the village is chosen, and then she's offered to the god Akara as a sacrifice. During the offering ceremony, Akara imbues the chosen one with his magic and transforms her into his arbiter, his mouthpiece in the village. We follow her guidance, whether we wish to or not. Yes, so I gathered. The scavs aren't partial to intruders, especially ones they can eat. I'll join you if you don't mind. I know these tunnels better than anyone. Lead on. I'll watch your back. It's tough to tell in these old tunnels, but if your friend was dragged in here by scavs, then she'll be at the very bottom. Right, carry on. Stay with me.
Cycle the first, the Arathi. Greetings, dear Netta. If I view this record as a personal correspondence, It makes the distance bearable, keeps the fear at bay. You know how expeditionary travel vexes me. I shall begin. I was not certain what to expect following my disembarkation upon this grim isle. After initial investigation, there appears to be a significant Erathi presence, one that predates any other signs of organized life on the island. It is a curious thing. Why would such beings descend to this wounded realm? Whatever beckoned to them, its call must have been incredibly powerful. More research is needed. Be well, dear Neka. I miss you.
You've come. They came as soon as the hull went under. The cargo, the survivors, the sails, everything stripped like flesh from a bone. I didn't think I'd live to see the morning. Not with dead Kel here. I'm going to see if there's anyone else on this island. There are too many structures for it to be deserted. Don't be foolish.
Are you ready?
And what is this? Tell me, stranger, what brings you down these dank passages? Salvage? Riches? The allure of a most magnificent death? If you must die, it should be at the hands of a monster like me. My victims are almost as infamous as I am. I have touched the hand of death and been chosen. So it is with all great men. We transcend mortality. But you wouldn't know of such things, would you? Death will not have me, not until I am satisfied. And I am not satisfied. Oh no, I still hunger. Sinking your ship was only the start. Now it must be stripped to its bones, picked apart piece by glorious piece. Everyone's scavengers. It is how we survive. Killing the crew, well, that was for pleasure. Forgive me if I like to treat myself every once in a while. Oh, others have tried. Many of them. hundreds. I draped my ship in their failure. Why do you think I left the gallows on the beach? You've been warned. All of you. Besides, you will find it difficult to kill that which is already dead. But I look forward to seeing you try. Until then, enjoy my island.
Listen to Dead Kel, stranger. Find a ship, find a captain, then sail far, far away from Gallows End. I'll see that your friend gets to the village. After that, I'm going to do some exploring. There was another crash not soon after yours, a ship that ran aground up north. I was planning to follow the survivors inland, but there also might be something of value in their wreckage. I wouldn't call him a close relation, but I've seen him from time to time. He doesn't show his ghastly face around Cape Solace that often. I guess even he's got an interest in good salvage. I can't be sure of what happened until I see for myself. But it was a large ship, a merchant galley, or perhaps even an old naval vessel. It was big, though, and it rode low in the water, loaded down with cargo, or with men, or with both. Good idea. I can't tell if these castaways are going to be friendly or just plain mad. Look at you. Perhaps I'll see you back at Cape Solace. Till then, try to stay out of trouble. Bye.
sailor.
Look at you! I could just gobble you up, but it's in my contract with the Navy that I do no such thing. You found the Ardings alive and well, if not a bit soggy. Well done. I had a feeling you'd be full of surprises. I've been here searching for a means of escape, but everyone is so preoccupied with their precious scion that they hardly give me a glance. She's the one they're handing over to their god, their precious Akara. They hold a splendid ceremony and surrender her as a vessel. Then the rest of her life is spent in intimate meditation with the spirit. Sounds dreadful. No. They didn't. Alder believed he passed not long after we left him, and that he was swept out to sea. He was a good first mate, Tari. I'll miss the silent little scallywag. We did try to save him, but the winds of fortune don't always blow in our favour. You met him, did you? Tell me, what did the villain have to say for himself? Did he have the hangmen with him? Bloodgrin, the Whispering Witch, the Baronet? She wields a powerful staff, and she likes to whisper into the ears of her victims before they die. No one knows what she says. She's also said to be Dead Cal's lover. Gross. Big nasty brute. He kills with his bare hands if he can, but he'll settle for his hammer if he wants to be especially messy. He's a fancy one, more concerned with his silks and swagger than with taking a life. As Mother always said, manners will get you everywhere, and I mean everywhere. I don't doubt it. Wow, where were you when I wanted to kill my ex-husband? Alder might know something. He spoke of an old castaway, a man named Key, who has been on this island for lifetimes. He might be a resource. If I've learned anything from the sea, it's to follow the winds when you get them. Alder will know where to find this Key fellow. If we're lucky, he'll be normal, not like the rest of these twisted eels. I'm not counting on it. I'll be right here. Don't be too long.
Watch for dead. I'm so tired of fish. Back home I ate like a king.